Hey guys, Jared from the Vinyl Corner, and today we are going to be unboxing and reviewing the latest from boy band slash hip hop group Brockhampton titled Iridescence. So if you're somehow unfamiliar with Brockhampton at this point, these guys made a gigantic name for themselves last year by releasing three of the most acclaimed rap albums of last year, the Saturation Trilogy as it became known as. It was an incredible little storm of media coverage and just lots of fantastic music. So as soon as I saw that they were going to be doing vinyl for the new one, I had to grab it because they didn't do vinyl for the Saturation albums. So yeah, let's get into what this vinyl looks like. So here it is. Obviously, I haven't unboxed this yet because it was a colored vinyl, but it wasn't fully stated if the color that was shown on the website would be the one that was arriving. There was like a little weird note about it, so I'm actually curious to see what this looks like. So let's bust it open. So here it is. The cover on this is absolutely beautiful. I love the thermal cameras that they were using on here. On the top left, it has this little sticker. It says the hardest working boy band in the business, in show business, excuse me. And then it says Brockhampton Iridescence in that iridescent lighting. So yeah, it looks like this is actually a gatefold too. So let's get into that. All right, so let's peek at this gatefold. I'm gonna be doing this the first time with you guys as well. This is actually really dope. I love, again, that thermal camera is so cool, and I love just the graininess of this. So yeah, really nice packaging design overall. And it continues over here. I guess this has all of the lyrics and the production credits and such, and it does have the download code in here, which is really interesting. I think I might have seen that somewhere before, but that's a really good idea. But again, that whole aesthetic with the thermal camera going on all over. Some great pictures of, I think that's Merlin over there, chilling. But let's see what these records look like. I've been dying to see them. And they are completely clear. So that's really cool. On the website, they looked really like silvery. So it's kind of cool that they actually came out and they were like this glass clear. So yeah, that's absolutely awesome. I love the overall packaging and the aesthetic of this record. It's really continuous throughout its vinyl packaging and the sound of the record and everything. So yeah, it's two records. The other one is clear as well. So very nice artwork overall. And yeah, let's hop into the music on this. So yeah, the packaging on this is absolutely fantastic. I love all the colors, how vibrant it is. It's just really interesting. And yeah, as for the music on this record, I feel like I'm one of the people that like this a lot more than a lot of other people seem to be. I feel like this is one of their more interesting albums for me personally. I love the experimental direction they went this time. Obviously, we still have all those elements of like the boy band stuff, the pop rap, the hip hop. But I feel like, especially on this one, they definitely tried stretching out their comfort zones, and it really shows in a very fascinating way for me. It's pretty well documented at this point, but they're coming off of a really tough time for them as a group. One of their integral members had to be let go due to a bunch of allegations that seemed to be very strongly backed. So yeah, it was a really rough time for them trying to find a new direction, losing a member, having to recollect all your chemistries, think out a new idea, and move forward because, Amir was on the front covers of the first three Saturations. He was definitely a major member of the group. So I feel like this time around, it allowed them to kind of show off a lot of different interplays in the group, a lot of different dynamics, and I just absolutely adore that about it. This was actually recorded at Abbey Road Studios. That is right, the same one that the Beatles are very famous for being connected with. And I love how much it changes the production style here. The production is so much more warm. It's a lot more full to me than the last ones, which were a lot more slick, clean, and just kind of, radio friendly for the most part, rather. But this one, it just sounds like, they're just trying to get all this whack energy out of them. They're going into a lot more interesting territories, a lot more experimental ideas, even though they started messing around with the experimentation on Saturation 3. It's definitely a lot heavier here, and some of these songs are just absolutely wild, but that perfectly counterbalances all of these songs that are so sugary, so beautiful, so fun. But Yeah, this album just has a really great kind of overall feeling to me. I feel like in the latter half of the album, the chemistry between all the members grows a lot stronger, but in the first half, it's a little bit weaker. But a lot of my favorite songs are on the first half. I mean, Where the Cash At is one of the most insane, like, rattling bangers, like, in a while. I slap that thing in my car all the time. And then obviously, Jouvert is probably top five Brockhampton songs for me. Joba and Merlin go absolutely insane on this one. And, yeah, they are definitely the two shining members for me on this one. I feel like, especially Joba, really reached out this time because, you know, he's kind of just like the weirdo guy, but this time around he was really on point. And same with Merlin, you know, he's kind of just that weird guy that's like, you know, got the interesting voice and the wacky delivery, but whenever he's on this, he just commands so much of the presence of this record, and it's just absolutely fantastic. As I said, they started experimenting around a lot more on this release. You know, you got ideas of drum and bass, along with their usual suspects of pop rap, hip hop, and this time around they even mess with a little like drum and bass, a little bit of glitch, kind of, you know, more electronic focused stuff. And I feel like even if it's not necessarily the best showcasing of this sound, it's such a strong start to this new leg of Brockhampton. And I feel like if they continue down this direction, they get a little bit more focused and be able to recover from this really tough situation with Amir. That they could really top anything from the Saturation trilogy. Like, sonically, this is probably my favorite Brockhampton album, but it definitely has its issues which hold it back from being my personal favorite of all of their work so far. But if they continue with this new sound, I feel like they could absolutely make something on par with anything in the Saturation trilogy, if not better. Brockhampton continues to show that the hype train behind them is not just made up bullshit, that they're actually great artists and making fantastic music. Very trailblazing, forward thinking for our time. And yeah, this album is just an absolutely fantastic showcasing of their new ideas and where they're going to be going in the future, at least I hope. So yeah, guys, I really enjoyed this record. While there is a few minor things like the chemistry's not being there all the time, some of the songs are very lackluster and the production definitely could have been a little bit better on certain tracks. Overall, I really enjoyed this album. If they keep going in this direction, I definitely feel like they'll make probably my favorite of their releases yet. So I'm going to give this one a personal 8.5 out of 10. So let me know what you guys think about this album down in the comments, what you think about Brockhampton as a whole. And while you're down in the comments, hit that description, check all those links, like, comment, subscribe, watch one of the videos recommended at the end of this one. And until next time, guys, have a nice day.